Hello everyone! This is Running on Empty Food Review. Well, hello ladies, gentlemen, and everyone watching. Welcome one and all to this newest edition of the Running on Empty Food Review series. I'm your host, the Report of the Week. Thanks for checking in. Well, good morning. Not that you are necessarily watching this during the morning. It actually is morning for me. And I just say that because I'm trying out a breakfast item. And I know, now with this whole change of introduction for a breakfast item, we're in uncharted territory. Not really. I've reviewed tons of breakfast items in the past, but I'm just going to make it sound more dramatic. Wendy's has introduced a new item to their breakfast menu. It actually has gotten a little bit of conversation, so there's definitely some interest there. Wendy's has released their new Homestyle French Toast Sticks. They describe them as being French toast sticks with a perfect balance of a custardy interior, they say. It also has a hint of vanilla in each bite, and it also comes with a little bit of syrup that you can dip them in to add a little bit of sweetness to the French toast sticks. They come in a 4-piece or a 6-piece. The 4-piece is available at the price of $2.79. The 6-piece is available for the price of $3.99. It's a very straightforward item, and that's really what we have here for Wendy's. Again, the Homestyle French Toast Sticks comes in 4 or 6-piece. Got a little bit of action. A lot of people. Well, that kind of directly contradicts itself. I guess I'm just trying to say there's a little bit of interest to it. I've certainly seen some articles about it. And I got my hands on the French toast sticks. Oh, here's the syrup first. New syrup with the Wendy's insignia. I went with the 4-piece. And here they are. Now, looking at them, they look a little overdone. A little overcooked by that, I mean. Just seeing how they look in comparison to the ad that I was just looking at. But maybe that's just me, and they still might be alright, but they definitely look a little on the... They definitely feel it, too. Very firm, I will say that. That's what it looks like right there. Definitely more of a bake to them than is emphasized. That's just something to be aware of. The Homestyle French Toast Sticks. Now, before I try them out and give an assessment, I actually have a question for anyone out there watching this, because this is something that I was pondering, and I'm curious what your take on this is. We know that the breakfast menus are a big thing. I mean, every major fast food place does breakfast, right? We've got Wendy's with breakfast, we've got McDonald's with breakfast, Burger King does breakfast, Chick-fil-A does breakfast. You name it, pretty much this establishment does it. And they have very diverse breakfast menus for the most part, and occasionally, like you're seeing here, they make some tweaks and adjustments, and they add some new items to the breakfast menus. But here's what I've noticed in the past. The amount of interest that you actually see expressed from the general public toward fast food breakfast is very limited, quite frankly. I don't see a lot of interest generally expressed in it, despite how widespread it is, and every place offers breakfast. Like I said, they have these big menus and new additions here and there, but compared to the lunch or dinner menus from these very same establishments, the breakfast menu just doesn't really get a whole lot of attention. And I'm curious, why do you think that is? Do you think that it's maybe people just don't really have the time for breakfast? Do you think that the breakfast foods stereotypically are just a few certain things, so there just isn't a lot of interest to begin with? Do people just not care about breakfast? Why do you think that is? Why do you think that a lot of people just kind of, they brush off the fast food breakfast? So leave a comment if you have any thoughts. I'm curious about it. It's something I was thinking about. And, yeah, let me know what you think. All right, I'm going to try out the French toast stick. Again, try it out with the sauce, and I'll let you know what I think of it, if it's any good or not. So the Wendy's Homestyle French Toast Sticks, going in. Right off the bat, I'll say this. This syrup is the only shot left to possibly redeem this item. Because right now, it's not good. Sometimes you get those items that they need that sauce. We'll see if this could save it, because right now things aren't looking good, I'll tell you that. So, I mean, I guess if I'm looking for good things to say about these French toast sticks, well, they're edible. So that's something, right? We have to give them credit for that. And I guess they serve as a platform for being able to take the syrup and get it from the syrup receptacle into your mouth without just drinking from the syrup and just drinking it down like it's a shot or something. I guess there's that. And those are pretty much the only two good things I have to say about these. This kind of... it hurts a bit because I like French toast. I've always liked French toast. So when you get something that's egregiously bad, it's disappointing when you take an item that you generally like and you see a place just totally butcher it. Yeah, it's not fun. Certainly not fun. Main problem that I have with these French toast sticks, they're built up, when you look at how they're described, you think these are going to have substance to them. And yes, the syrup is going to be a contributing factor, that I understand. But even on their own, they should still be all right. They should still be edible. Perfect balance of that custardy interior, they say. A little hint of vanilla in each bite. These are totally flavorless. They're very bland, I would say that. Very bland, completely underwhelming. When I think, do these even have any distinct flavor of their own? Any redeeming quality whatsoever? I can't really say that they do. These are glorified little sticks of white bread that have been fried. And that's it. So if you like bland, fried bread, then you're going to be in hog heaven with this, because otherwise, in and of themselves, just factoring in, what can I even taste here? And I'm going to get to this in a minute. The preparation for mine specifically, this is another problem. that in and of themselves, something that you would experience here, extremely underwhelming. You can barely, I mean, one thing that I always like with the French toast and the French toast sticks is, you know, how they're like egg dipped a little bit. You can't even taste that. Maybe you could taste a little bit of oiliness in these, and that's it. That vanilla is absolutely nowhere to be seen. I can't discern a single note of that custardy nature that they report. I can't even taste any of that. Now, here's the other problem, and this looks like a good example. Mine were overcooked too. They were definitely left in there too long. So, in my case, not only are they flavorless, they're bland, a little oily. There's absolutely no redeeming quality to these. And they're overcooked too at the same time. So I've nothing good to say about these. It's $2.79 wasted in this case. French toast, as I mentioned, one of those things that I'm a big fan of. I've always enjoyed it. And this is lacking in so many different ways. And in my case, yours might not be this way. Mine were burnt. Even if yours are cooked to perfection, it's still going to be severely lacking. And the syrup, you might say, well, isn't that what ties it all together, though? Isn't that what adds everything to it? In this case, no. The syrup is just generically sweet. Very synthetic, but that's, I think, what you would expect at this point when we're talking about a fast food establishment. Very sweet, very synthetic. All right, I dip the French toast in the syrup, and as I said, it only acts as a platform for getting the syrup into my mouth, and it contributes nothing to the French toast sticks themselves because the French toast sticks are irredeemable. Very disappointing. Quite frankly, then here's another thing. They're really chewy, too. There's absolutely nothing to these. There's nothing good that I could say about these, and it's just so disappointing. I know Burger King used to have French toast sticks, and I always enjoyed those. Burger King, I know I can be a little iffy with some of their items, but generally speaking, for breakfast, Burger King, they're still alright in some ways, and the last time I had those French toast sticks from Burger King, they were pretty solid. Now, I haven't had them in a bit. I don't know if they still have them or not. But if they do, I would wager it probably blows these right out of the water. Pretty much any place. Just go to a local establishment. Support a local small business. Get some French toast from there. These just aren't worth it. They aren't worth it. You'd be better just sitting here drinking this syrup, quite frankly. It'd be more of a fulfilling experience. Because at least you don't have to deal with just how underwhelming these are. Very disappointed. Breakfast items usually have potential. A lot of fast food breakfast items are quite underrated, I would say, and are usually pretty good. But this, as they say, this just ain't it. Again, $2.79 for a 4-piece, $3.99 for a 6-piece. Money down the drain, go someplace else, get something else. Really let down by this. This is an item that easily could have been good. Could have been quite good. I like French toast, and to have it butchered this badly, I just shake my head. Given that there's really nothing good to say about it, given that this is an item that, sure, it's edible, but it is lacking in so many ways. There's no powdered sugar on this, there's nothing. It's not that these are disgusting. Sometimes I'll get those items where they're just so gross, it's inedible, it's inconsumable. It's not like that. It's just that these are so underwhelming, so lacking. Factoring that in, I've got to give these a 2 out of 10. I don't think I've seen French toast sticks really this disappointing from a major establishment before. So that's the rating I'm going to give these, and I'm going to stick with it. Thank you for watching, and until next time, I'm your host, the Report of the Week.